Having everybody at home for the past few weeks it has been difficult, but there is one member of the family who might have been enjoying it a lot.
Yes, your doggy. Well,
Yeah.
probably cats not so much. They're a bit more independent, it seems, but definitely dogs. But, you know, with so many people slowly returning to work, the dogs could have a bit of a shock because they suddenly are in the house on their own again. So Dr. Scott is worried about that. He's here this morning. Morning, Scott. Lovely to see you.
It's so lovely to see you guys. I've had separation anxiety missing you two, actually, for the last few weeks.
Well,
Hilarious.
likewise.
Did you ask your husband before, could he get busy on national TV? I'm pretty sure you did. I'm sure she did.
Who did? Busy Lizzie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get busy.
Get busy.
Yeah.
Listen, we have discussed earlier about you know, when you're away from home, keeping your pets entertained. Suddenly they've had us here, so now it's about easing the lockdown for them as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it's a real concern. Of course, dogs have had a wonderful time. You know, they have been surrounded by their owners all the time. And actually, you know, all of us who have been blessed to have dogs are really so appreciative to have had their company, their comfort, their affection. But now, as we're planning all to, you know, get back to normal life, it does mean that we have to leave our dogs for prolonged periods. And when you think about it in terms of how long a dog lives, we always talk about dog years. And you think, well, you know, say three months or so, which will be by the time a lot of us get back to work, that ends up being about a year and a half in dog years. So that is a long time for a dog to just be isolated with people. So from one point of view, they're going to be a little bit antisocial, but also when you go to leave the house, they are going to find that quite stressful.
OK, so let's talk about how we can ease them.
Yeah.
Steps that you starting off saying, sit in a different room to your pet, or start doing this now.
That's right. So, yeah, the first thing is really just to start to give that separation within the house without stressing out your dog. So if they are, say, for example, relaxing in another room, then try and step out of that room. Try and also encourage them to be sleeping more on their bed and less by your side. So often, you know, I mean, just yesterday, you know, I was at home and, you know, my dog is right at my feet all the time. And it's lovely, you know, you just give him a bit of a scratch. It's lovely attention. But at the same time, they're not going to have that when we go back to work. So try that separation from home, slowly increase the amount of time that they're going to be on the bed and go into different rooms as much as you can and away from them to just try and encourage them to realise, you know what, actually, it's fine to be at home without mum and dad all the time.
What about leaving the house without them? Obviously, we've all had more time to walk our dogs. When we were allowed out, now we're allowed out a little bit more. People are walking their dogs more. So should you try and leave the house without them sometimes?
Oh, 100%. And that should be starting today. So, yeah, for all of you that can sort of think, you know what, actually, it has been great having the dog, but I am going to be going back to work soon, then do start these processes today. So the best way to do that is to obviously take your dog for a walk, have them go to the toilet and then get them home. After about half an hour or so, give them a small meal. And so it's a perfectly relaxed situation, and then try and attempt to leave the house. So a few little tips for you. Dogs are very smart and they realise that if the keys go, that probably means that you're going to go. So what you might want to do is actually leave the keys in a safe space outside the house somewhere or out the back that you can then go and pick them up and leave without the dog having that cue that you are leaving. And then you want to build up the time that you are leaving just very, very gradually to avoid the dog getting stressed. And if you are noticing the dog is stressed, and how do you notice that? Well, there's lots of symptoms. For example, of course, barking, you know, destructive behaviour, like, you know, digging a hole in the couch, or, you know, chewing shoes, and also things, you know, like whining, which you might not even notice. And so that's why I would suggest a good idea would be to maybe rig up a camera. We've all got very good at using Zoom, so potentially a camera to be able to train on your dog to see what kind of reactions they are exhibiting. But then increasing the amount of time that you leave and then come back. Don't give them attention straight away, and you certainly don't want to give them attention when they are nervous or upset. Wait until they're nice and calm and happy, and then give them that attention and possibly.
That's your hardest tip of all, that one, my friend.
When you come in and they're all like, "Oh, you're home, you're home."
Yeah, exactly.
Look,
it's
I know
so hard to say, you know, I have to ignore you.
We're just time's against us. You also say use toys, mentally stimulating toys, so you keep them active that way as well. But you do also want to say have a word for people who have brought a pup into their home or a new dog into their home during lockdown. What would you say?
Yeah, so obviously, puppies have been purchased during this period of time and more than normal. And as a result, there are a lot of puppies that are growing up in lockdown situations, which means that we've been advising them not to meet other dogs. Things like puppy parties that they would normally be attending have been closed. So you want to really be approaching this very, very carefully. And as we do start to see that release, which we have yet as a veterinary profession given advice that dogs can meet with other dogs yet. That's still not something that we're suggesting they should be touching them, but do start working with at least exposing your puppy to other dogs. If you have family members that have other dogs, you may be able to work with them as well. But it is something that, there is a concern. There's a really important 14-week window in socialization where after that, they may grow up to be antisocial dogs. So I do think there might be a bit of a wave coming. And if you are concerned about anything, of course, speak to your vet, but there's a lot of amazing animal behaviorists out there that are willing to help you and can obviously use Zoom and Skype and all those things to be beamed into your home and see the problem, as it stands.
Dr. Scott Miller, thank you very much indeed for that advice. Really appreciate it. Stay safe at work. The vets are working away there. Thank you.